ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is a tea made from a plant that contains DMT and a plant that contains a monoamine oxidase inhibitor. So it's a tea containing two plants. But in South America, it's sometimes had as the MAOI, or the monoamine oxidase inhibitor, by itself. The main plant, which is often referred to as ayahuasca, is the caapi vine in South America. But if you just have a tea made from that vine, you're not going to have this crazy experience. You will have a bit of an experience, but you won't have the kind of light that you have with an MAOI and a DMT containing plant combined together. Now, in Taiwan, there's a different version of ayahuasca, which is made with acacia root bark mixed with Syrian rue. The acacia root bark also contains DMT, and the Syrian rue also contains an MAOI like the caapi. South America, they use the caapi plus P. viridis or chaliponga leaves for the DMT. But basically, you want to combine the two ingredients, because if you orally ingest DMT, your stomach will destroy it. You won't get the DMT into your brain. So you need to make the DMT available to the brain by inhibiting an enzyme called monoamine oxidase. And you do that by taking a monoamine oxidase inhibitor. So you combine these two things and you get ayahuasca. First time I took ayahuasca, I made a brew with chaliponga and caapi. So that's a traditional South American ayahuasca. I had first cleaned my house very thoroughly, and I put the chaliponga and the caapi and some lemon juice into a pot with water, and I boiled it for 3 hours. I didn't leave the pot. I stood in front of the pot for 3 hours just cooking it, just kind of like showing my respect to the ayahuasca. Boiled it down. The extract that was left I poured out, poured more water in, repeated the process twice until I had this really concentrated tea. It took me a long time to do. All in all, it was approaching 12 hours of extraction and boiling down to get the final product. I started early on the Sunday, finished late on the Sunday evening. I woke up early in the morning to start doing it. And then when I took the ayahuasca, after dieting beforehand, you got to research an appropriate diet. You don't want to take certain things that interacts with the MAOI to create harmful side effects. So make sure that you follow the correct diet. But when I took ayahuasca the first time, well, initially I drank the stuff. It was horrid, horrible to drink. It was just the most bitter. Oh, it's like drinking fermented Amazon jungle. It was horrible. And I was able to get it down. And after getting it down, I didn't experience anything right away. I just felt like, oof, that's gross. Felt a bit of nausea in my stomach. But I didn't really experience much. And I lay down in the bed listening to Ikaros, the shamanic chantings, and just relaxing, trying to get into a psychedelic space. But I was not successful. I did not have any success with the ayahuasca at first. So I got up and I went and I had, I think I had some banana or I had some fruit. And then I went back and I lay down in the bed and I was just about to give up on the ayahuasca experience when it was like a floodgate opened in my mind. It was like, whoosh, and suddenly my entire body was just tingling with ecstasy, and it was, and I suddenly went into psychedelia. I remember thinking, oh, this again. I recognized the psychedelic space from my previous encounters. It's this again, and then just a kaleidoscope of color, molecules, DNA, other molecules that I don't understand, that were delicate and beautiful, and colors I'd never seen before, and everything made from light, and this music to everything, and then revelation, and I went into the most amazing experience. A lot of the experience is specific to the state, but I do remember seeing glimpses of godlike figures and glimpses of angelic figures and insect-like beings. And I remember a lot of things becoming very clear, or seeming to be very clear under the experience, and feeling tremendously grateful for the experience. And after a while, I went to the toilet with a desperate need to defecate. Most people that take ayahuasca vomit, they purge through the mouth. They just vomit and they vomit and they vomit. But in my case, I purged all right. I certainly purged all right, but it wasn't through the mouth, it was through the other hole. And whew, it was half an hour of bliss. It was an orgasmic shit. And I felt like I just let out years of negativity and blockage, emotional blockage, as well as physical shit in my stomach that was blocked in there. I just let all this evil junk out of my system, and it was tremendously cleansing. Yeah, it was amazing, and just the colors. It was an amazing experience, and yeah, that's my first experience with ayahuasca. I had several others, but I'll stop here today. I'll just describe the first experience. If you have any questions about ayahuasca, I'll try my best to answer them. Ayahuasca is not a recreational substance. It is something that can be used by a scientifically minded or spiritually minded person, or both. It's a tool to creativity, to self-discovery, and it's not necessarily a very pleasant experience. You're likely to vomit. You have to do it responsibly and with respect, and it can be something that can give you, can be tremendously rewarding to you. Please, just if you like this video, please pick up, there's my phone, just pick up your mouse and click like. It's not that hard, just like. If you don't like it, that's cool. And if you have any comments, please leave them. I gotta get my phone. Thank you very much.
And everybody here is bad.